Shore Sports Zone honored the top athletes from the winter sports season at the Sheridan in Eatontown. Let's meet the 2016 All-Zone girls basketball team.
Shaquita Andrews was a second-team All-Shore selection by the coaches, and the Long Branch guard was one of New Jersey's top scoring threats. Andrews averaged 20.5 points per game for the Green Wave, with a season high of 37 against Raritan. On January 5th, Andrews reached the 1,000-point milestone as part of a 23-point effort against Red Bank Catholic. Andrews' postseason honors included a spot in the statewide North-South Senior All-Star Game at Rider University. Desiree Allen finished 5th in our Miss Hoop Zone balloting, and the Neptune Junior will no doubt be a contender for Shore Sports Zone's Top Hoops Award next year. Allen topped the 30-point mark 7 times, including on January 7th at Red Bank Catholic, when SSZ presented her with a Monmouth Building Center game ball. Averaging 22.7 points per game, the 5'7" forward had numerous double-digit efforts in rebounding and showed the ability to run the floor, penetrate, and knock down the outside jumper. Allen reached the 1,000-point milestone during the Shore Conference semifinals. Alexandra Belsamo was a key contributor to Middletown South Sectional Championship in 2016. Belsamo poured in 14.5 points per game and hauled in 5.5 rebounds. She provided one of the great moments of the season when she blocked this RBC shot to preserve a semifinal win in the WOBM Christmas Classic. Belsamo had a double-double in the RBC win, as well as in the Shore Conference quarterfinals against St. Rose. Coach Tom Brennan says Belsamo spent countless hours in the gym working on her game, and it paid off as she was a reliable offensive weapon who often drew defensive assignments against bigger players. Gigi Caponegro was St. John Vianney's stopper on defense. The 6-foot senior was able to make it onto SSZ highlight reels thanks to great defensive efforts. When called upon, Caponegro was more than capable of being a scorer. We were there when she poured in 10 points against Rumson Fairhaven. A selfless player who relished the role of shutting down an opponent, Caponegro is set to play Division I basketball after signing a national letter of intent with LIU Brooklyn. Junior Maureen Coakley is one of 2 RBC Caseys on the SSZ All Hoop Zone squad. Coakley was the Casey's leading rebounder and also provided a great scoring punch with 9.5 points per game. Coach Joe Montano credits Coakley's physical presence as a key to a number of victories. Coakley will be a senior leader next year on a Casey's team that returns its top 7 scorers. Kimmy Evans finished 4th in our Player of the Year voting. The St. John Vianney Jr. was one of New Jersey's top forwards, averaging 14 points per game. Evans was stellar in an overtime win at Manasquan, scoring 24 points. The Lady Lancers were able to establish a great inside game thanks to Evans and her athletic ability, opening things up for the rest of the Lancers' deep roster. A state champion in volleyball and 2 state titles in basketball, Evans is one of the top recruits in the nation heading into her senior season. Point Pleasant Borough's Megan Hughes was named B-South Player of the Year by the Shore Conference coaches, and she showed a complete game. Hughes led the Panthers, averaging 18 points per game, and she also led her team in steals, assists, and free throws. She heads into her senior season just 38 points shy of the 1,000 mark. Hughes was a big reason that Point Pleasant Borough enjoyed a 17-8 season and a B-South championship. Josie Larkins was the leading scorer for the RBC Caseys. Larkins started every game for Coach Joe Montano and averaged just over 10 points per game. Larkins scored double digits in 13 games, highlighted by a season-high 20 against Colts Neck. Coach Montano says Josie's leadership was essential to a successful 21-7 season. St. John Vianney's Stina LeBron was one of the best three-point shooters in New Jersey, and the Lancers saw the guard nail over 50 triples. LeBron delivered a buzzer-beater 3 to beat Morris Catholic, and in the Shore Conference Championship game, the senior made 4 triples to help top Manasquan at Monmouth University. A 2-time state champ, LeBron also has a state title in the javelin, and she's set to play college basketball in the Garden State at Caldwell. Kaitlin Lister was the heart and soul behind a special season at Toms River East High School. The Lady Raiders reached the South Jersey Group 3 Finals with Lister leading the way. She averaged 16.6 points and 9.4 rebounds a game, reaching the 1,000-point mark in her senior campaign, the 8th TRE girls basketball player to achieve that mark. Perhaps most special of all is she got to share the court with her 2 younger sisters this season. Jennifer Loro was a defensive stopper on St. Rose's state championship team last year, earning a Monmouth Building Center game ball for her efforts. Loro saw her offensive production increase in her junior year, earning a spot on SSZ's all-hoop zone team. Loro averaged 10 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 4 assists a game. Coach Joe Whalen said Jen exemplifies the definition of leadership, and she was able to make those around her better and more productive. Manasquan sophomore Darim Avery had great numbers, averaging just under 14 points per game for the Lady Warriors, and her performance is even more impressive considering she battled through an injury in the early part of the season. Mabry was named the MVP of the WOBM Christmas Classic, highlighted by a 21-point, 12-rebound performance against Middletown South. In the short conference semifinals, Mabry sank a late three-pointer to force overtime against Rumson Fairhaven. In the Tournament of Champions, Mabry scored 10 points in a 15-0 run that gave Manasquan a come-from-behind win against University. She's a great distributor of the basketball, and Coach Lisa Kokoda gets to watch 2 more years of development from this stellar guard. Makayla Markham brings endless energy to the St. Rose Purple Roses. Makayla scored just under 14 points per game and dished out 6 assists a game. Makayla is very quick and can get into the lane and kick it out for perimeter shots. Markham can shoot coming off of screens or can create her own. She's also a tenacious on-ball defender with the ability to apply pressure on the perimeter. The sophomore was named to the all-tournament team at the prestigious Diamond State Classic. As a sophomore, St. Rose's Lovin Mariscalno has developed into an inside-outside threat. She averaged 8.5 points and nearly 11 rebounds a game for the Purple Roses. Coach Joe Whalen says Lovin can break down defenders with her quick first step and has added NBA range to her jump shot. She's versatile enough on defense to guard all 5 positions. Mariscalno was named All-Tournament at the prestigious Diamond State Classic and the MVP of the Gauchos Showcase. Faith Massonis was one of the highest impact freshmen in New Jersey. Watching the Manasquan forwards game in the post makes you do a double take that someone brand new to the varsity game can be so polished. Faith averaged 13 points and 6 boards a game and delivered some big moments in her inaugural high school season. It started with this buzzer beater to force overtime against St. John Vianney, and in the state finals against High Point, she stepped up with an 18-point, 5-steal, 5-assist performance highlighted by this dazzling spin move. We look forward to seeing Faith Massonis highlights for the next 3 years and many more trips to our banquet. Nicole Morris was the senior co-captain of the Rumson Fairhaven Lady Bulldogs. Morris displayed great quickness and was able to spark RFH with her athletic play. The Shore Conference coaches named her second team All-Shore one of the top 10 players in the area. An outstanding student who earned high honors, Nicole played 4 years of varsity basketball under head coach George Surlis and signed a national letter of intent to play Division I college basketball at Holy Cross. Hannah Scanlon joins Nicole Morris as RFH representatives on the all-hoop zone team. Scanlon was one of the top post players on the Shore. Her biggest moment came on a last-second basket to beat state champ Manasquan on the road. Scanlon delivered 10 or more points in 18 games for RFH. The second team All-Shore selection will be back to lead Rumson Fairhaven next year for her senior season. Lucy Thomas overcame injury to be a key contributor at St. Rose. The sophomore was the Purple Rose's leading scorer, averaging 13.8 points per game. She also did a tremendous job on the glass with 12.2 boards per game. Coach Joe Whalen says Lucy is a great rim runner who has strong hands and is very athletic. Lucy can finish around the basket, step out and shoot the 3, and she's both an excellent passer and rebounder who sees the floor extremely well. Thomas is one of 4 St. Rose players on our all-hoop zone team.